women make things seem transactional, right? Everything is transactional. Well, you ain't getting no coochie if you ain't spending this. Well, he ain't seeing me if he ain't paying the bill. It's in the music, it's on the television shows, it's on the girl podcast. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, right? When you make it transactional, like a man can't get this, don't be mad at him when he spend a couple of dollars on you. He's gonna expect something back in return because y'all keep putting the same messaging out there in the music.
It's like y'all don't even want to abide by the laws y'all created.
Right? You created the law.
So within the past couple of weeks, Kendra G went on the Tamron Hall show and she started discussing dating standards, kind of, what men should provide during dating. And I don't believe the response that she received is exactly what she was expecting.
I want to tell Kendra G something that she really needs to stop pretending about this as well. Tamron Hall is a bad bitch.
Super bad.
Her problems ain't your problems. You have to wear a wig in order to be out here in these streets like you want to be. Tamron Hall could have on a skull cap with a square in her mouth. Her level of action is gonna be different to your level of action, Kendra.
In addition to that, it's GabbyFe. She's an Instagram influencer. She also has some very interesting thoughts on dating and men and how women should treat men. So let's get to it.
All right.
Future proofing.
Yes.
Kendra.
Oh, you got to have a job. You have to have an ambition that's going to go somewhere for sure. I want to see W-2 forms. I want to see success records. I want to meet your mama. I want to know where you live. Is it in your name? Is it? I need to see the lease because sometimes
Kendra, I'm not good enough to date. If I were, let me tell you, because we're talking about it from the female gaze to the male. I'm just talking in general. If I had gone on a date with someone and they started asking me about my W-2s and my bank account, they would have been seeing the gas come out of the pipes of my car.
Yes.
Because that's too, I'm intimidated now.
Well, because women are tired of wasting their time. I'm talking from the woman's perspective.
Yeah.
So they're like, I don't want to make you be already made. I don't got clay. I'm not magic.
But guys don't want that either. They don't want to make us.
Well, true, but the thing with guys...
And they don't want a broke lady.
Well, no, I don't know though. Some men...
Guys, I'm speaking listen, I just speaking because I heard you say it.
I don't think men want a broke lady, but they also don't want a lady that's going to be too expensive. Wigs is $2,000. Lashes is $300.
Okay,
shoes is $1,000.
Are you easing into high maintenance?
Yes, well, I think that, yeah, that's real high.
And you're owning, so 2025 people are owning the high maintenance?
Well, women feel like this is what I do for myself, so a man has to be able to do the same or more.
Why can't you keep doing it for yourself?
I agree with you, Tamron, but they're like, why if you here? If a man is here, why am I
But you're not here for my wigs.
But they're feeling like this. Okay, I'm showing up for you. I'm giving you my energy. I am in your presence. You should pay for this.
Ladies, you have to train the man from the beginning to pay for stuff for you. Don't think it's cute being 50-50 in the beginning because you think he's going to be grateful enough and show gratitude towards you later and pay for the whole thing. He's not gonna. That man is going to continue to rely on you for the duration of your relationship, however long that is. All I'm saying is women beware. Train them like little dogs when you first meet them that they know they have to provide for you, they have to pay for shit for you, and you ain't paying for shit.
So that was Kendra G's appearance on the Tamron Hall show. She talked about future-proofing it, seeing your W-2s, having evidence of your success, knowing if you own something, is your name on the lease. What do you think about that?
I get what she's saying here. She's like, oh, like, what do you got? Like, what's under your name? All that stuff. It's like, in a way, I get it. No one wants to be dating a bum. We all can agree with that. But for her, the delivery is just off because this just gives off a gold digger. Like, you're just in it for the money. So
yeah, I agree with you in some sense. But let me give some context, though, right? Because Kendra G, she's 45 years old, right? A 45-year-old woman doesn't have the same amount of time as a 25-year-old woman. A 25-year-old woman likely wouldn't ask someone those questions. But a 45-year-old woman, she doesn't have as much time. Like Kendra G, she's never been married. She doesn't have kids. she doesn't have the time to waste on guys who don't meet whatever qualifications that she has. So looking at it from that perspective, what do you think?
Okay. When you say all that, that's like, it makes me think like, oh, they're in survival mode.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
In a way.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's like, I'm thinking like, all right, my time's running out. So it's just like, I need to get something here. So I get why they would be very like straightforward, not too straightforward, saying like, oh, what's on your name? What's your W-2s, all that. No.
Yeah.
Like you said, never married, no kids. Now they're trying to have like a stable life, but still on the high side where they're able to have their $2,000 wig, $300 lashes, which is absolutely insane. I also like what Tamara Hall said, like keep doing it for yourself. It's just like, exactly, like why can't you? Like,
but Kendra's retort was, you're here, why don't you pay for it? You know, you're getting my energy, you're getting my aura. I'm a vibe, right? They want you to pay for their maintenance because she's a vibe.
Well, I mean, where's that vibe getting her now?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
That's the question. Like, so it's just like, I mean, it ain't going that far if you know, still looking.
Yeah, that is true. And also she made an interesting point, like, I don't have clay and we're not going to make you. This is something interesting that women tend to say, like, I don't want to make a man. Who's the man that you've made in the past? Where was the guy that you met? He was making $20,000. And when he left you or y'all split up, he was making $400,000. I'd love to know who the hell does that, because I've never seen that in my life. These women, man, they be imagining some wild shit.
I don't know. It's just another level of delusion. That's what I think.
And in addition to what Gabby was saying, train men like little dogs. Train men like little dogs. Go ahead. I don't have anything to say about that. That's just insane.
See, like, I mean, while we were watching it, it's like I laughed a little because instantly I thought like this was coming out of hurt. Like she was probably hurt before or something, because there's no way you would get to like, you know, that level of thinking if you weren't hurt before. Like someone probably said that to her or something.
Yeah, but it's just the kind of insinuation that they're making that a man that you're not even married to, a man that you're dating comes in and provides all these things. Why? You're likely dating multiple men. You're not exclusive. You sure as hell aren't heading on the road to marriage. So he's just coming in, just breaking you off all this bread. Like there are guys that pay and there are guys that don't pay. The guys that don't pay are the guys they actually like. We're going to get more into that particular point coming up. We're going to jump into the second part of this because we always like to look at the other side of the coin. So here we go.
All right.
I'm so tired of this transactional relationship era that we're living in. Every single relationship that we have has to be transactional. Why? Why does it have to be what he's doing for me? What bag he bought me? What trip he took me on? Where we're going? Like, come on now. What happened to genuine love? What happened to genuinely pouring into somebody? What happened to genuinely knowing somebody? We got to get back to that. We got to go back to really, really wanting to have genuine and honest and open relationships. I'm so tired of the transactional relationships.
Are you in a transactional relationship? Listen, the other day I saw a video that just blew me away of this lady. She was driving and she said, if a man calls me and I tell him that I'm going to do some self-care, like get my hair done, get my nails done, whatever, and he doesn't offer to send me money, he can lose my number. And I thought at that point, relationships have gotten so transactional. Now, what do I mean by transactional? Transactional relationships are simply, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. And it's based around those things. So how do you know you're in a transactional relationship? Number one, the other person won't do anything unless you do something for them first. Number two, they rarely, if ever, initiates anything. We're going somewhere, we're doing something, they rarely initiate. Number three, you must earn their affection. In other words, it's conditional affection. If you do this, I'll do that. And last but not least, they keep score. Well, you know what? You didn't do this, so I'm not going to do that.
If a woman ever asks you for money, cut her off because she don't like you. You see, when a woman don't like you, you always have to pay for her. Everything is going to be transactional. You're always going to have to come out your pocket. She's never going to want to just chill with you. It's always going to be you have to spend that money. And I'm telling you right now, that's the worst position to be in. Guys, you never want to deal with no chick that's always asking you for money, always feel like you gotta come out your pocket. Nah, bro, because here's the thing. She's always gonna require you to do more. And guess what? She'll go hang out with a dude who's not doing none of that stuff. I'm telling you, bro. Women will go hang out with a dude who ain't spending no bread, who don't take her on no dates, ain't paying none of her bills. She'll give her all to that dude. But you, on the other hand, she'll always require you to spend money. She won't be giving you that passionate sex. And a lot of time what these women do is they'll take the money that you're giving them and give it to another dude. I'm telling you, bro, these women be playing dirty. They'll take all that money you giving her and just go give it to another dude that she really want to be with. Guys, do not give a woman money. I don't care what the situation is. Now, if that's your chick, you know she rocking with you, she showing you that she really like you, then that's a different ball game. But if she's off the gate asking you, give me money or, take me here to eat, guys, cut that chick off, man.
All right. I'm going to take the last guy first, and then I'll kind of work backwards. So he was talking about never giving a woman money. Women will take the guy that they do like. He doesn't have to pay for anything. The guys that they don't like, those are the guys that they make pay. Those are the women that are looking for experiences. And guys, you got to be aware of things like that. But also, he said something very important about giving a woman money. Now, I'm going to tell everybody something that my mom told me years ago, and I've never forgot. She said, never give a woman cash because you don't know what she's going to do with it. And that is exactly what this guy is talking about. That she may take this money, just like he said, and give it to another guy. She may take that money, some guy's in prison, put it on his books. She may take that money and actually go out and spend it on another guy. Take that other guy to dinner with the money that you gave her. So whether you rock with the woman or not, no cash, no dough. What do you think?
I think for the first video, for the light-skinned woman, she was speaking about like, oh, where's the genuine relationships? Like, thing is, it's been there. It's never dead. It was never not around. It's just people's choices in the relationships and people. So I think it's more so you just gotta look in the mirror and just question yourself of why is that the case? Why do you happen to be in those kind of relationships so often?
Well, this is what I would say from, being 20 plus years older than you. Women in their 20s more often have transactional relationships because they're young, they're fit, they got their whole lives in front of them. So therefore, they can have more transactional relationships. The older you get, the less and less you're going to be involved in those transactional relationships. But if that woman is still in that phase of feeling like she's in her 20s, but she's actually 45, like Kendra G is, she's still going to think in terms of that transactional relationship, not recognizing you're 20 years older. There's nothing that you did at 25 that you should be doing at 45.
Damn.
Nothing. So that's where they kind of get stuck in that same kind of mentality of thinking.
Basically saying like your dating standards need to grow up, basically.
Exactly. Exactly. So with the second guy, I want to take just one part of what he said. The most important part of how you know you're in a transactional relationship is someone who keeps score. To me, that is the most important part, because somebody who's keeping score, that is never going to be a successful relationship because they can't see the intrinsic value in things. They're just looking up, adding 1 + 1 is 2. 1 + 1 over here is 4. Nope, that doesn't equal up. You got to somehow make this even. That is never going to be a good relationship.
Yeah, I really think that kind of relationship is like really like a recipe for like disaster, because to keep score of everything, just like you're really expecting every little detail from that person. Like you give one and they give you one like right after. Like,
well, in my experience, it's not really like that. I think we can attribute this to girl math, right? Where she wants to add up all the positive things that give her the higher score, but the things that you do are all negatives. So she just wants to add what she wants to add to put her in the best position. And then with things that would put you in the best position, she wants to say, oh, none of that stuff matters. Huh? Like if you're living with somebody and let's say she cooks and she cleans, right? She'll add up all of that. But you cut the grass, you get the leaves out of the gutter, you do the hedges, you do the trimming, you do all that stuff. You get the car oil change, you get the tires changed, you change the brakes. None of that matters. She's not going to add any of that up. but it's only going to add up the cooking and cleaning that she did and why you didn't help with the laundry those 4 times.
So it's really a losing battle. So it's
well,
like,
with someone who wants to keep score, they're only going to add score up to where they win. That's why you don't be in relationships with somebody who keeps score.
Yeah, right.
But as you see, there's always the other side of the coin. And transactional relationships primarily benefit women because men aren't really looking for a whole lot. You can see from what Kendra G and Gabby said, they have a whole entire list of things they want you to do for them. So with that being said, Arizona Air, be out.